Hey guys, Mr. Cooney here by myself, remote Wednesday, talking about literary criticism. So let's start with an assignment that I put up here. If you tried to watch the videos I put up before, I realized my computer was on mute, so I'm doing it all over again in one video. So we're going to go with 2 APC unit skill RLs and 2 literary criticism RLs for our last seminar. Okay, so not this Friday, that one as I posted, 2 literary skills and 2 creative ones still. Okay, but we're switching it up here. Make sure to watch the video I post below, which you are doing right now. For those readers logs, so those 2, it's going to be bigger. I'm making it 50 points, so it's 15 each for the ones that are not the usual skills one. You're going to do an MLA works cited entry. You're going to write an abstract, which is a 1-paragraph objective summary of part of, if not a whole article of literary criticism. And you're going to give a 1-paragraph subjective reaction in which you agree or disagree with or to the article. Okay, so let's go to the library. So it's cincinnatilibrary.org. You absolutely need to have a library card or borrow someone else's number. So you might have to borrow someone else's number. Okay, on here, there's like an 8-digit number. I'm gonna flash it real fast there, but it's backwards and fast, so you can't see it because I don't want you to use mine. 8-digit number and then a 4-digit password to get in at some point when you actually try to enter a research database on here. Okay, so it won't do that on here because mine's already cookied, but I'll kind of tell you where it would happen if you were doing it. All right, so here's the main page. On the left, under the quick find, there's research databases. Okay. Okay, and under that, I think you can just go to sort databases. Yeah, just go straight to sort databases. That was on the top right, alphabetize. And if you go under L, then we have this nice one called Literary Reference Center. And that's pretty much where you want to go. Guys, don't Google literary criticism because you can't do that. Okay, it's only in databases which have copyright permission to publish articles that are published in literary journals, which is what literary criticism is. It's articles of literary criticism written by professional literary critics, certified people. People actually do this for a living. And then these sites can show them. You need to go to a library to do that. Don't just Google. I can tell where you got it from your works cited entry that you need to do. Once you're in there, okay, let's put in, say for instance, Frankenstein. And I'm going to put overview. Overview is a good word when you're looking for stuff because it'll give you maybe not something that's like 50 pages long, something that's more between 5 and 20 pages long. And you don't have to read and work with the whole thing, even if it's just a few pages of it. I really don't care. I just want you to be exposed to some literary criticism, to see some other aspects of the novel that you might not be able to come up with yourselves, and other stuff that you may be looking at besides actually reading it. It'll give you more food for thought that you might be able to use when you write about it on the test, or when you maybe write about it on the test. You could be writing about Hamlet or another novel that you're going to read. Okay, so I've done my search and I got a list of a bunch of articles here. Now, you want to go into one of the ones that says PDF full text or HTML full text, or otherwise you're only going to get an abstract of the article. Okay, so let's just try this first one here. Listen to my tale, multi-level structure, narrative sense making, et cetera, about Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Spinning, spinning, spinning. Okay, so here's the main page. Before we do anything else, this might not be the first thing you do, but if you figure out after looking at this article through the PDF full text over on the left here, that you want to use it, then you're going to want to make a works cited entry for it. You're not really making a works cited page, but I'm asking again for an MLA works cited entry for each of the 2 articles that you use for your 2 readers logs. Go under Cite, CITE, and then here, and we scroll down to MLA because Modern Language Association is what we use for literature stuff. And there it is, okay? You don't have to type it out. You don't have to figure out what to put. You just copy and paste it just like someone already made it an easy bit for you. Copy from there, paste it into your template that I will attach to this assignment also. And there you have it. Okay, so that's that. Now let's go into the PDF full text of the actual article. So here it is, spin, spin, spin. Nice, neat, easy to read. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here. Okay, now it is kind of long. I think, let's see, I believe this is maybe, yeah, it is like 24 pages long. But just go into several articles, skim them, you know, figure out if it has some stuff that you're interested in, whether you agree with it or not, with something something you've never thought of, you know, whatever the reason. Again, it doesn't matter. We just want some exposure here. You guys write what you think. Okay, so when you figure out which article you're going to use or what part of some article that you're going to use, make it at least a few pages. Then you write a 1-paragraph summary. And again, you don't have to include the article itself because you're giving me the MLA works cited entry. You wrote a 1-paragraph objective summary, just here's what the guy or here's what the lady wrote, right? But then you give a 1-paragraph subjective reaction. You agreeing or disagreeing or some combination of the two, or saying, I never thought of that, that's really interesting, or that seems like a bit of a stretch, but I understand what he or she is saying here. It's whatever you want, okay? As long, just make it genuine, okay? There's no reason not to do honest work on this because you don't have to sound like a literary critic. This is just you reacting to literary critics about the book that you've read, okay? You can go and start looking at some stuff if you want. I'm not making it a required part of the assignment until our last seminar next week because that will avoid obliging you to maybe look at things that are going to end up being spoilers, okay? It's up to you. Obviously, you could find out what happens at the end of your book by turning to it or reading any number of things without telling me, and that's okay. It depends on how sensitive you are about that. Okay, I think that wraps it up. I'll get that template in there that's not in there yet for this one and the one that's due for Friday. And I got to go now because I'm about to start class. Bye.